to be back in my country." "What would you do there?" said I. "Would you turn wild again and do as the savages do?" He shook his head and said very gravely, "No, no. Friday tell them to live good. He tell them to plant corn and live like white mans." One day when we were on the top of a hill on the west side of the island, Friday suddenly began to jump in the air and dance about in great glee. I asked him what the matter was. "Oh, joy! Oh, glad!" he said. "There my country." The air was so clear that from this place, as I had before discovered, land could be distinctly seen looking westward. I asked him how far it was from our island to his country, and whether their canoes were ever lost in coming and going. He said there was no danger, no canoes were ever wrecked, and that it was easy to get back and forth. I asked him many things about his people and his country. He told me that away to the west of his country there lived white mans like you. I thought these must be the people of Central America, and asked him how I might come from this island to get among these white men. He made me understand that I must have a large boat, as big as 2 canoes. I resolved at once to begin to make a boat large enough for us to pass over to the land we could see lying to the west, and if possible to go on to the white man's country Friday told me about. It took us nearly 2 months to make our boat and rig her out with sails, masts, rudder, and anchor. We had to weave our sails and twist our rope. We burned out the canoe from a large fallen log. We used a great stone tied securely to the end of a strong rope for an anchor. When we had the boat in the water, Friday showed great skill in rowing or paddling it. He had managed boats ever since he was old enough, but he did not know how to handle a sail or rudder. He learned very quickly, however, to sail and steer the boat, and soon was perfectly at home in it. We made our boat safe by keeping it in the little cove at the mouth of the creek. I had Friday to fetch rocks and build a dock or place for landing. But the rainy season was now coming on, and we must wait for fair weather. In the meantime I planned to lay by such quantities of food as we would need to take along. Chapter 37. Robinson as a teacher.